Hello, and welcome to Rise of Flight. No longer in real time, unfortunately. Apologies for the delay. My internet completely crapped the bed. So I wasn't able to upload any videos, and well, my computer doesn't have infinite hard drive space, so I wasn't able to record any either. But everything's fixed now, and we're back to making new episodes and doing missions. Today we're doing another offensive patrol, and pretty simple route. We're just gonna head straight east to No Man's Land and then straight back. No detours or anything like that. So it should be fairly simple and pretty quick too. But of course, if last episode is any indication, you can never expect anything to be easy or quick. You just never know. So we're gonna get the throttle a little earlier this time. Not crash. Get a very strong crosswind here. Didn't hit the wing, that's good. Ooh, it is very windy. I should be to the left of him. Let's try not to hit each other, because that's kind of how we're going right now. There we go. A little close for comfort, but it's all good. He's in formation, and we're in formation, kind of, and that all worked out very nicely. A little cloudier today. Nice crisp autumn. I was about to say morning, but it's not. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. But yeah, seems like a fairly nice day. It is very windy though. Feels like we have a very strong tailwind, which would make sense since we were getting blown to the right on takeoff. How fast are we going? 155, so I guess it's not that strong a tailwind, but we are ascending as well. But we're falling behind as usual. I don't know if it's just me or what, but I feel like I can't talk today. I'm tripping over my words a little. My mouth is weird. That was a weird noise. Example A, I guess, of how I feel. I guess I'm just a little rusty. I don't know. Wow. Wow, I suck. Okay. I need to, let's hope the internet doesn't go down anymore, because, apparently if I stop doing this for any amount of time, I just forget how to talk. So, gotta keep it up. Bunch of loud cars driving by outside. Nothing I can do about it. Don't know if you can hear that very clearly or what, but hopefully it won't be too intrusive onto the recording. The planes definitely are, I know from hearing them in the other videos, so definitely nothing I can do about that. I live right under a flight path, so... And I don't mean like, you know, a jet flight path at like 20,000-30,000 feet. I mean like de Havilland propeller aircraft 20 feet above my house. So, it's a little loud. I feel like the altitudes for these missions could be planned out a little better by the AI, because they always seem to go right into the clouds, when in reality you want to stay below them. Freaking truck. Wow. It's not normally this busy. Oh, losing frame rate. Whoa. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I do live on a fairly quiet street, but I guess today's busy for whatever reason, so apologies for that. I would have done the recording at night if I had known it was going to be this busy, but nothing I can do about it. I did, like an idiot, just find out between last episode and this one that my microphone angles up, so it is into my face now, as opposed to pointing at my chest. So I think my audio quality should be quite a bit better now. Buffeted around a little here. Don't know how prevalent it is on camera, but I'm having to move the joystick quite a bit. I imagine flying a real plane in this sort of weather would be terrifying. These old planes don't weigh anything, so even the slightest breeze just blows them all around. Though the FE2B does have a little bit more metal on it than some of the other ones, which are just a wood frame with fabric covering. This one has an all-metal body, but of course it has no, like, it doesn't have a solid tail either, so... Well, I suppose the regular front engine planes don't really have a solid tail either. The only difference is that they have fabric covering them, which, I mean, shouldn't increase the weight too much. The engine is where all the weight is in these planes. Passing over the town of Araf, and then No Man's Land. I think that's an enemy observation balloon. No, it's too close. Yeah, if it was on the other side of No Man's Land, it would be like, that would be huge. As far as I know, the big, full-size Zeppelins aren't in this game. I haven't seen one anyway. Oh, what is going on up ahead? I just see a single plane. Looks like a pusher, so it must be friendly. Maybe a photo reconnaissance mission, or a lone patrol of some sort. Oh, I see another plane. They're definitely friendly, at least that one is on the right. I'm guessing that one is too. We are still over friendly territory. Not that that would make a huge difference. I mean, planes are flying over all the time. It's kind of what they're for. Going quite fast. 65, it's not that fast. Looks like we're moving really fast past that cloud, but... Aircraft fire is a little heavier today, I think. I don't see anything. don't see any observation balloons or anything like that, so this might be a really uneventful mission. Of course, I should probably stop saying that, because every time I do, it becomes an eventful mission. Not that that's a bad thing, I just should stop saying it because it's inaccurate and looks like we're going for something. We'll see what, though. I don't see anything at all. Clearly he has. Well, just follow his lead. Oh, there it is. Try to make the first pass count. Of course, I have no control over Norbert, so hopefully he does his job well. Though that is doubtful, because he's an AI, and the AI in this game is not super fantastic. I mean, it's not bad, but especially in regards to balloon attacks, as I've mentioned previously, it just doesn't really work. Going very fast right now. 110 miles an hour. Start firing anytime now. That would be great. Make a pass to the left. Nope, we're not going to do anything. Guess not. Whatever. Carry on. Increase throttle. Do I have the rev limiter turned on? I think I had full throttle that whole time. I must have the rev limiter turned on, because the engine would have blown up by now if I was full throttle. I was just playing Flight Simulator the other day, and the throttle positions are reversed. In this game I have to pull it back to go full throttle, so I kind of got them mixed up and was full throttle that whole time, so I must have the rev limiter turned on. Take a look at that. And I've lost my squadron. I think this is pretty much as far as we were supposed to go anyway, so they're over there, so I think we're heading back already. Oh, maybe not. It's hard to tell what direction they're going. Kind of looks south, west, east, southeast. This was definitely not an ambitious mission. We're just literally flying straight east and then back. Normally we do a little zigzagging to the north or whatever, but yeah, they're turning around, so we will follow suit and probably just go back to base and land. See if we can get above these clouds before we reach them. Either that or we keep turning to the right, but it looks like they've straightened out in a southeasterly pattern. Direction, whatever. I'd like to not go through the clouds if I can avoid it. So we're climbing just about as fast as we can right now. Oh, I see squadron ahead. Diagonal formation. That is the Germans. Spotted the Hun. Sorry, I'm not very good at dramatic impressions. It's too bad I don't do a good Australian accent, because my character's Australian, so I could have some fun with that if I was, decent and funny, but I'm not either of those things. Well, not to say I mean decent, but I don't do a decent Australian accent. Looks like we're attacking. Still way too low, but I know from experience that dogfights tend to go down, so might sneak through to the right, try to get through the break in the clouds here just over top. I'm not going to make it high enough though. Are we not attacking? What kind of offensive patrol is this? This is what I mean when I say the AI is not great. And why I wish I had my own gun, as opposed to just a nose gunner who does his own thing. Because if my squadron isn't attacking, that means Norbert's not going to do anything because he's tied to the same AI as them, so I might as well just follow them and do nothing because there's nothing I can do. Yeah, I'm just going to go through this cloud. But just skim the top so we still have pretty good visibility. I don't know whose planes those are. That's the full German squadron. Is this, maybe they're on some sort of escort mission? Uh-oh. I think they've seen me. Let's, this could be bad. I'm clearly the weak member of the herd here. And I've got at least 5, possibly 7 German planes right behind me. Oh, there's another observation balloon, I think. Oh no, it faded away. It was just a little cloud of flak. I forgot to research if that's the correct term. But, I'm just gonna call it that for now. Can't see planes. Don't know if I should try and gain altitude or... Oh, I saw them. This is a little sketchy. I don't think they're going after me, actually. Oh, nose up. A little too much. There's definitely a headwind here. Oh, that hit a little close. Yeah, normally when I just let the joystick rest in its center position, the plane climbs at a fairly good ascent rate. But right now it's nosing up quite severely and then getting on the verge of a stall, so let's try and keep it nose down a little. I have to control my altitude a little more than usual because, well, for the reasons I just mentioned. I don't... it's hard to tell. They're not catching up. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. It's hard to see. They're still facing this direction, I think, so... If Norbert doesn't do anything, I'm going to need to take some evasive action. It's risky, but I am fairly good at low to the ground flying. Like zipping between buildings and trees and stuff, so if I can't fight back, that's one good defense I have. If I can do it without stalling, though, is another question. Because, I mean, I know I can do it, I've done it before, it's really fun, but in a life or death situation, you kind of can't afford to make a mistake. Especially in a career mode like this, where I'm kind of relying on a at least loosely based narrative. Well, I don't know what I said, but you know what I mean. If this character died, it would kind of suck. So I've got to avoid that at all costs. But if I have to take drastic measures to escape a swarm of German aircraft, then, well, I gotta do what I gotta do. But, the AI can't really follow me down close to the ground anyway, so we don't have to take super risky maneuvers. But, oh, I see one there, just behind the gas tank. Oh, can't look behind me, it's too windy. Oh, I think I see my squadron down there, so, just keep going. At a very high altitude right now. Well, I suppose it's not that high. The clouds are a little lower today, so it feels a lot higher. Either way, I think we're in the clear. I did about a year ago make a oh, what's going on here? They've come back. Okay, well, is this my squadron? I think it is. Must be. So now they're turning around. I have noticed recently that the squadrons are a little more willing to turn back to get to you. So you can't get totally separated from them. I don't know if there was an update I didn't notice or what, but it is a little easier to stay with your squadron now. I mean, it's not easier to stay with them, but they'll turn around and come back for you if you get behind. Anyway, as I was saying, about a year ago I made a list of all of the airplanes in the squadron, well, all the squadrons you can play in, and all of their planes as a timeline. So that helps for like a series like this where I'm playing through the whole war start to finish, because I know which squadron is using what plane, and I can just sort of pick easily. So I'm thinking as soon as another squadron opens up with a plane that has a decent nose gun or a forward-facing gun that I control, then I'm going to jump right on that, because it's kind of difficult with these early FE2Bs, because you're not really in control of it. You're just doing bombing missions, and then you have to rely on an AI nose gunner to get it right, which they don't really. I mean, I've gotten a couple kills already, but they weren't super impressive. Kind of questionable to some degree. I usually had quite a bit of help, or they just sort of crashed on their own. But yeah, as soon as another aircraft or another squadron with a good aircraft opens up, I'll jump on that. I figure to fly every plane in the game, I need to average a switch of once every month and a half or so. So we're only a couple weeks into this, but I know another airplane doesn't open up for a little while yet, so we'll be stuck with the FE2B for a little while longer. Probably until October sometime. I may switch over to the channel mount eventually as well, in the springtime. Well, one spring, I don't know which, because there will be multiple springtimes, because the series is planning on being so long, but the reason for that is that they didn't model it with different seasons. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but when we started the series, it was all green and summery, but then it switched over to nice fall colors, and it'll be winter soon. So the channel map is just summer all the time. So if I ever want to switch there, I need to make sure it's during the summertime sometime. But the problem with that is that I can't switch maps with one career. I have to start a new career mode, which could be a little challenging. We're in the clouds, so I just gotta remember to keep it straight. Just a tick north of west, if that makes any sense. Oh, that didn't go well at all. Where's my squadron? Oh, there they are. Okay, so where was I? Seasons. Career modes, right. So yeah, the problem with that is that if I switch to the summer, or switch sometime during the summer to the channel map and start a new career, this one wouldn't advance, so I'd have to catch up on all the missions. Or, if I wanted to come back to here, I'd have to create another profile. So, I might create some sort of narrative structure where I sort of focus on the stories of different pilots in the war. Like, now is the story of Herbert Anderson, the Australian sheepherder who, you know, flew FE-2B pushers at the start of the war. And then later we could switch to following the story of so-and-so, the Sopwith bomber pilot from Canada, or whatever. I don't think there are any Canadian stories. There's one bio you can choose based around a guy from Newfoundland, but Newfoundland wasn't part of Canada at the time. So technically, there are no Canadians. As far as I know. I might be forgetting something. As of right now, I don't plan on switching, what's the word I'm looking for? Not factions. I guess factions? I don't know. I don't plan on switching sides of the war at this time. Like, I don't plan on trying a French character or a German character at the moment. I might change my mind eventually, but my focus is mainly on the British side of things. That's kind of where my interest lies. But we'll see eventually. Maybe if the series gains a little more popularity and people want to see more interest. But right now, I mean, not much I can do to appease my 20 viewers who probably aren't die-hard fans at this point. But if the series becomes a lot more popular, then hopefully I'll be able to do more things with it then, and have a little bit more feedback. Right now I don't even have any comments on any of the episodes, so I don't really know what people are into and what people want to see, but hopefully it'll come eventually. Whether it gets popular or not, I hope to continue it as long as I can. It may not stay real time the whole time, obviously. My internet just went out. I might, you know, have to go away at some point. And I won't have access to my computer and whatnot, but hopefully I can keep it as real time as possible. And maybe at some point I'll switch over and play as a German pilot or a French pilot. And maybe once I get better at a little more production value and more narrative work and stuff, but I think for now we'll keep things as is. Until my skill level improves and whatnot. So, looks like we're almost there. Going a little fast. I do have the throttle cut this time. Well, not cut all the way, but down. I guess we're not going that fast. I mean, we were going faster a second ago, but... So there's that first airfield that confused me the last time. Not sure where we are in relation to Iraq, but that's the sort of best reference point. That's where the road and train tracks start that head by the base to the north, so... Apologies for any mispronunciations of French names. I'm fairly knowledgeable about French. I have sort of a basic understanding, as mandated by the Canadian school system. But I've never been super awesome with the pronunciation of things. So, apologies for that well in advance, and for the ones I've almost certainly butchered so far. Oh, I think that's the town. Yeah, that's the train station over there. So, oh, and that must be our base right there. Well, that was easy. So this was a super quick mission, and not really much happened. We got a bit of a scare from a German squadron, and sort of scared a balloon. But other than that, kind of uneventful. I don't know what these offensive patrols are for, really, if we're not going to attack anything. But that'll change once we get a plane with a gun that I have control of. So whether or not the rest of the squadron attacks, I will anyway, just to make it interesting. I'm third wingman, which means I'm landing fourth. It's kind of lame how it's going to take so long to get down there, but oh well. May as well make a boring episode more boring, right? How long was this mission? Like 45 minutes there and back. So quite a bit shorter than usual. Wait a minute. No, I've written the time down wrong. I have this mission written down as starting at 8:16 this morning. So unless we were out there for, what is that, 8 hours, then yeah, I think that's not correct. So I don't know how long we've been out. Maybe it feels like half an hour, but I'm gonna guess it's been a little longer than that. Maybe 40 minutes or so. Anyway, the intro to this video will have said the time. It was like 3:20 or something like that. It was 15:20 or 1520. I don't know how to say it exactly. I personally insist on using the 24-hour clock in my private life, like on my phone and on my computer and stuff, but I never actually have to say it out loud because, well, I live somewhere where the 24-hour clock is not used verbally. So I'd be kind of a weirdo if I did. And people wouldn't know what I was talking about. I mean, they would, but they'd kind of look at me funny and then have to like do math in their head to convert what I was saying. So I just say 3 in the afternoon, like everyone else, to avoid confusion. But so yeah, I don't know how to say 24-hour times. I guess it's 1520, I think. Honestly, I would just make up and use my own version of metric time if I could. But that would be impractical for everyday use, seeing as how no one else uses it, so... I do tend to do that a lot, though. It's just sort of, if I don't like something, I just make my own thing and roll with that, because it's better. Or if there's a better system in the world already, then I'll use that too. Like the 24-hour clock, much better than the 12-hour clock, because there's less ambiguity as to what time of day it is. But then no one else around here uses it, so that leads to a little confusion, but not enough for me to stop using it. I also refuse to use the imperial system of measurement because I find it stupid. Even, I mean, I live in Canada, where the metric system is the standard, but there are still a lot of imperial measurements around. Like, cooking is all done in imperial, but I try to use metric as much as possible. Like, I always have the temperature set to Celsius, and I insist on using kilometers even when I'm talking to Americans, and then I just do the conversion for them. Because, I don't know, I'm just kind of making myself sound like an asshole right now, but it's kind of true, to be honest. I did a decent amount of rambling this episode as well, which is good. Just to keep the entertainment going. Not that you could really call it that. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know. At least I'm doing something, as opposed to just sitting here like a bump on a log flying a plane. Not that a bump on a log could fly a plane, but you know what I mean. Let's get this going. Going a little too slow, don't want to stall. And that was not that great a landing. We're still bouncing, still bouncing. Okay, there we go. Kind of a crappy landing, and kind of a crappy takeoff, and kind of a boring mission. But I rambled more, so my commentary is getting better, hopefully. I don't know if I'm funny or not, but that's not for me to decide. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, bye. Oh, that was the wrong button. I just paused the game. Okay, and recording. Let's try that.